in our yesterday is exception. Exception. That's exactly a new word which we had covered in our yesterday session. But as I said, exception concept, we are going to deal with this concept whenever we are dealing with exception handling. So kindly please wait for that. So yes, these are all the concepts which we had covered in our yesterday session. Now today we are going to discuss about returning a value from a Java method. So kindly please keep your signing as returning a value today. I think our system will be a little bit slow. Kindly please don't mind. Come on. Returning a value from a Java method. Yes. Returning a value from a Java method. Okay. Now, question. Just like a small question. When the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. That's a question. When the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. Now, what is the meaning of this particular question? Just a sec. Okay. When the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. Let me just try to open my Eclipse. Okay. Now here I'm simply trying to have a method void method1, and here system.out.println then SYSO 20 SYSO 30. Okay, 3 statements I have written inside method1. Let me go to my main method, please. Main method. Now, inside my main method, new class A, I'm creating an object equal to AOBJ belongs to class A. Okay. Simply, I'm just trying to call my method. Now here, AOBJ dot method 1, just like that. Okay. Now here also, I just want to write system.out.println start, and here SYSO end. Just like this. Okay. Now, if I'm trying to call my method, just let me try to open my console here. Okay. Now, if I'm trying to call my method, I mean, you already know our first output is start, after that 10, after that 20, after that 30 and end. Now the question is, from line number 15, our compiler will be going to method 1. Am I right or wrong? When it will be coming back? After executing all the statements which were present inside method 1. That is the question. The question is when the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. Okay, just let me try to write an answer. Don't write. Wait. The compiler will be coming back to the calling method in any one of the 3 below mentioned scenarios. Yes, there are basically three situations when the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. You just said only one. What is that first situation? That is after executing all the statements which were present inside a method. Let us just try to write like this. Okay. The compile will be coming back to the calling method in any one of the three below mentioned scenarios, and three, as I said, three. Just a sec. Okay. One. Yeah, I'm waiting for that second one. It's not coming. Okay. Two. Three. Okay. Now, first one. It's very hard when your system is lagging, right? Literally very hard. It's like nightmare. No, the problem is not with the laptop. When I disconnected from Zoom, it's working properly. But when I'm connecting through Zoom, it's having this trouble. So I think they are updating their servers. That's the problem. Okay. First point. After executing, after see executing all the statements which were present inside a method. That is the first one. After executing all the statements which were present inside a method. That is the first situation. Okay. Second one. Yes, this is important. Whenever the compiler came across, whenever the compiler came across the return statement, whenever the compiler came across the return statement. Let me just try to show you. Whenever the compiler came across the return statement. Okay. Now I just want to write a small method, one more method, void method 2. And I'm just trying to make this method return type as int. Okay. And here system.out.println method to call. Okay. Method to call. And I believe you know the reason why we are getting an error. Why we are getting an error? What is the return type of this method to? Int. So it is supposed to return an int value. Am I returning anything? No. That's the reason we are getting an error. Okay. Now return in return. Just let me try to write like 99. Okay. And now after that, I'm trying to write one more small statement. System.out.println. And here I'm going to write hello WORLD. Hello world. Am I getting an error at line number 15? Yes, I'm getting an error. Why? The reason why we are getting an error at line number 15 is, guys, whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to the calling method. For example, just let me try to write like this: system.out.println and just a small line. Okay, and now obj.method2. I'm just trying to call my method 2. So, okay, from line number 23, our compiler will be directly going to line number 11. Okay, line number 13 will be executed. Answer. Line number 13 will be executed. Line number 14, return. Yes, line number 14 will be executed. But here, whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to the calling method. Remaining lines after the return statement will be executed or not by the compiler? You tell me. Respond. not executed. So now my question is line number 15 reachable or unreachable to the compiler? That is the reason you are getting that error. Could you please read that name here? What is this error? I mean, if you are keeping our cursor here, we are getting something like unreachable code. Unreachable code here. Just let me try to write like this: compile time error because of unreachable code. So one more time I am saying this: whenever the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to the calling method. So this is the second way, second one. So one more time, question. What's the question here? When the compiler will be coming back to the calling method. First one, which we already know, that when after executing all the statements which were present inside a method. One more time. After executing all the statements which were present inside a method, immediately the compile will be coming back to the calling method. Second situation is, if the compiler came across return statement, immediately it will be coming back to the calling method. The lines of code which you have written after the return statement will not be executed. Those are like unreachable code. Am I clear with the concept here? Respond. Okay. Now third situation is, if there is an exception. If there is an exception also, compiler will be immediately coming back to the calling method. That to be discussed later. We are going to discuss about that exception later, not right now. So three situations. The question is very, very simple. When the compile will be coming back to the calling method, the compile will be coming back to the calling method in any one of the three situations. First one is, if all the executions, like all the statements which were present inside a method got executed, automatically it will be coming back to the calling method. And if the compiler came across return statement also, immediately it will be coming back to the calling method. And third situation is whenever there is an exception. That we are going to discuss whenever we are dealing with exception handling. Kindly please wait for it. Now, key points. Just let me try to write like this. Key points in return statement. Key points in return statement. Okay. So let me just try to, okay. So guys, I'm going to give you some key points. Kindly please observe clearly. Okay. Point number one. Okay. First point. Very, very simple points, by the way. Easily you'll be able to understand. Void methods does not need return type. That's the first point. We already know that void methods does not need return type. Return statement. Sorry, not return type. Does not need return statement. Return statement. Return type is different. Return statement is different. Return type, where we will be writing the return type? Where we will be writing the return type? Before the method name. Where we will be writing the return statement? Inside the method body. Come on guys, yes or no? So void methods does not need return statement. Except void methods. Any other methods, 100% we need to write a return statement. Otherwise we will be getting an compile time error. Except void methods, any other methods, 100% we need to write a return statement. Otherwise, we'll be getting a compile time error. Yes, we already know that. Now, point number 3. Return type of a method, and return statement of a method should be okay. Now, for example, I'm just trying to write one more method. Let me go like int method 3, and guys, here in line number 27, I'll do one thing. Just let me try to cut it. System.out.println, and method 2 is returning plus. Can I write like this? Yes or no? Okay. Now here I'm just trying to write system.out.println method 3, here also method 3, and for example, return return, I'm going with Java. Why I am getting an error? What is the return type of method 3? What we are supposed to return? Int value. What we are returning? String value. That's the reason we are getting an error. Now, please tell me the point. The point is return type of a method and return statement of a method should be compatible. Not exactly same. Sir, what is the meaning of this compatibility? Yeah, I'll let you know. First, let me try to write this. Return type of a method and return statement of a method should be compatible. Okay, sir, what is this compatibility? Okay, now we'll do one thing. For example, here I'm writing A. Am I getting any error? No, I'm not getting any error. Sir, how is this possible? Return type of a method is int, but actually we are returning char. So why we did not got any error? Okay, we'll see actually what happens if you are trying to execute a method. Okay, just let me try to write like this, and now I want to call my method 3. Okay, let's check it out. So what do you think, guys? What is our possible expected output here? Any guess? What is our possible expected output at line number 30? Yes? Exactly. Guys, what is the ASCII value of capital A? Come on. 65. Sir, what do you mean by ASCII values? Okay, just a sec. Let me try to ASCII. ASCII values. ASCII values means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So just let me try to show you this table. Okay, now let me just try to just a minute. Magnifier. Okay, guys, can you see this? Please respond. For capital A, what is the ASCII value for capital A? 65. For small a, what is the ASCII value? 97. Like that, for all characters, we are having ASCII values like 65, 66, 67, 68, so on like that. If you are starting with capital A. If you are starting with small a, your ASCII values will be 97, 98, 99, 100 like this, predefined. Okay, just let me try to minimize this. Now here, I just want to say one small point, that is, let me minimize, come on, come on. Okay, now, let me write it here. SYSO, int and char, both are same or compatible? Compatible data types. Compatible data types. Guys, actually in our Java, we are having this concept known as typecasting. Typecasting. What do you mean by typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type. How many primitive data types are there? 8 primitive data types are there. All these 8 primitive data types, we can actually convert one data type into another data type. That particular process is known as typecasting. So basically there are 2 types of typecastings are there. Implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting means compiler will automatically perform that implicit typecasting. Explicit typecasting means we need to do that. Compiler will not provide any explicit typecasting. As a programmer, we need to convert. Anyways, maximum by next week, we are going to cover this implicit and explicit typecasting. Here, what I want to say here is, even though you are giving char as a data type here, character as a data type here, whenever you are executing your program, the character data type will be converted into int data. So in the place of a, you will be getting something like 65. Yeah, wait, it will come. It will come. Let me just try to get it like this. Can you see this, guys? Please respond. So int and char both are compatible data types. So coming back to the point is return type of a method and return statement of a method should be compatible. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. Okay. Now, guys, please just a sec. Let me try to go with like point number 4. Okay, one more small point. Okay, now, guys, please answer this question. Okay, now please answer this question. I'm going to say one small statement. I'll say one statement. You tell me whether it is true or false. You just tell me whether that statement is true or false. Return statement should be the last statement inside a method. Listen, please listen to my statement clearly. One more time. Return statement should be the last statement inside a method. True or false? Why? Because after return statement, any statements you are writing, those will be unreachable code. Am I right or wrong? Okay. Now, guys, there is this concept in Java known as control statements. I already said this. Control statements. How many types of control statements are there? Come on. 3 types. What are those? Selection, iteration, jump statements. In selection statements, we are having if else, if, and switch. In iteration statements, we are having while, do while, for, and for each. Okay. In jump statements, we are having break, continue, and return. Okay. I'm not speaking about control statements right now. I just want to have a small idea about one of the selection statement, that is if else. Okay. Now just let me try to open my notepad. Okay. And now here I'm going to write a small code here, guys. Kindly please check that. Okay. Int I equal to 10. Okay. If open braces, close braces, sorry. Open braces, close braces, and else open braces and close braces. Yesterday also I wrote exactly the same thing, less than or equal to 50, and here system dot out dot println, and here just let me try to write hi, and system dot out dot println, I'm writing hello, hello, hi and hello. Okay, now could you please tell me in this particular code snippet, what is my output, hi or hello? Hi. Why? Because the condition is true. Okay, now answer my question. Else block will never executes. One more time. One more time. Else block will never executes if the condition is if block will only executes if the condition is, come on, if block will only executes if the condition is true. If block will never executes if the condition is, else block will only executes if the condition is false. Perfect. Now let me come here, and now I just want to write one more small method. Okay, let me take it as int. Okay, method for open braces and close braces. Guys, please listen. Okay, now I'm having same code. I'm going to write int I equal to 10. All right, if and else, same code, exactly same code. Now here I'm going to write I should be less than or equal to 50, and here system dot out dot println hi. Okay, and system dot out dot println hello. Fine. Now am I getting an error? Am I getting an error at line number 23? Yes, I'm getting an error. Why I'm getting an error? Why I'm getting an error? What is the return type for this method for? Int. So we need to return some value. Okay. Now let me do one thing. return return 100. return 200. Take a minute time. Observe the code. So how many return statements I have written in my program in method 4? 2. I have written 2 return statements. Now let me ask you this, guys. If block is getting executed, is there any chance for executing else block? Exactly. If else block is getting executed, is there any chance of getting executed, like if block getting executed? No. Are you understanding the point here? Now tell me. Again, I'm going to say the statement. The statement is return statement should be the last statement inside a method. True or false? Right? If you are saying true, then see, after return statement, did I write some code here? Yes or no? Hey, come on here. Did you understand the point here? After return statement inside a method, of course, I have written the code. Am I getting any error? No. So again, one more time. I'm going to say a statement. Please check true or false. Return statement should be the last, should be the last statement inside a method. True or false? That is 100% correct. Now answer my question. Guys, in this method 4, right now, in this method 4, could you please tell me what is the last executable statement? Means after that statement, remaining code will not be getting executed. Did you understand exactly my point? I'm asking you, in this method 4, what is the last executable statement? Tell me the line number. Line number 29. So after line number 29, is there any chance of executing any other lines? No. Did you understand the point here? For example, I'll do one thing. System.out.println. I'm simply trying to write JA via Java. Am I getting an error? Why? Unreachable code. Did you understand the point here, guys? See, here we will be getting an error. Why? Because compile time error. Because of unreachable code. Just let me try to write like this. Now, here also, if I'm trying to write exactly like this, system.out.println, and here also I'm going to write Java. Am I going to get an error? Of course, I'll be getting an error. Why? Because after executing this return statement, compiler will be directly coming back to the calling method. So this also will be like a unreachable code, compile time error because of unreachable code. Now, answer my question. Return statement should be the last statement inside a method or last executable statement inside a method. That's the point. That is the point. Am I clear with the concept here, guys? Kindly please don't think like after return statement, we cannot write anything. No, you can write the code, but please make sure once return statement got executed, remaining lines will not be getting executed. So the way how you are writing your code matters. Okay. So just let me try to write it like this. Return statement inside a method. Return statement inside a method should be the last executable statement. Return statement inside a method should be the last executable statement. Online students, kindly please respond, guys. Am I clear with the concept here? I mean, point number 4, that is actually very, very important, guys. Point number 4. One more time, I am saying this. Return statement should be the last executable statement inside a method. Okay. Right, fine. Now, let me try to rephrase this. Return statement should be the last executable statement inside a method. Now, this will make more sense. Okay. Now, let me just try to. Okay, guys, I have a question. Inside a void method, listen. Inside a void method, can I write a return statement? Yes or no? Inside a void method. Come on. Let me just try to. This is a void method. This is a void method. Now listen. RETURN, return. Am I getting any error? So can I write a return statement inside a void method? But we should not return anything. Guys, please don't think like return statement is only used for returning a value. No, return statement is one of the jump statements. It is used to come out from the method. Am I clear with this? So kindly please do remember, void methods does not need return type. But if you want to write a return statement also, one more time, void methods, it is not mandatory to write a return statement inside a void method. But if you want to write a return statement also, we can write inside a void method without returning anything. Am I clear with the point here? See, the question is very simple. Tell me, what is the return type of this method one? Answer. So void methods should not return anything. Am I right or wrong? Am I returning any value here? That's it. Done. So inside a void methods, we can write a return statement without returning anything. That's the point. Inside a void methods, we can write a we can write a return statement. Sorry, yes, we can write a return statement without returning anything. Without returning anything. But my question is it mandatory? Is it mandatory? No, it's not mandatory to write a return statement. But if you want to write a return statement also, you can write it. Now here, I mean, some people will be asking me, sir, what is the use of writing a return statement if you are not returning any value? Again, guys, return statement is not only used for returning a value. We can use return statement as a jump statement. Is that okay, guys? Okay. So inside void methods, we can write a return statement without returning anything. Okay. Now, point number six. Point number six. There are four options. There are four options. Just a second. We can use for returning a value from a method. And I believe you already know what are all those four. Please tell me what is the first one. First one is void. Okay, we can use void. We can use all the 8 primitive data types. We can use classes and we can use interfaces also. Just let me try to. We can use all the 8 primitive data types. We can use classes and of course we can use interfaces also. Not at all a trouble. Okay. When we had covered this concept, this sixth point, when we had covered this sixth point, demo classes, demo class only, we already covered this. Okay, just let me try to keep this point in mind. Is that clear, guys, for everyone? So here, important points which you need to remember is return type of a method, and return statement of a method should be same or compatible. Compatible. Okay. Inside void methods also we can write a return statement, but we should not return anything. If you're trying to return anything, we'll be getting a compile time error. Why? Because void methods does not return anything. Now answer this question. Is return statement should be the last statement or last executable statement? That is very important key point, guys. Okay. Kindly please do remember this. Please have these points in your notes for me. Please. Online students, I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. No. Shiva, no, you cannot write null as a return value. Null is also a value. If you want to write null, if you want to return null, you need to give the return type as class. Good. Please have these points for me. Kindly please note these points in your notes, guys. Remember, we cannot return multiple values. a method can return only one value. One value. You cannot return multiple values. Void methods does not return anything. Oops concept is same like if statement. Oh, Vamsi, wait for oops concepts. You'll understand. Right now you're thinking if statement is very easy. Oops is also very easy, right? Yeah. Very easy. Wait for it. In front there is, wait. But believe me, guys, if you are perfect in the concepts, like what are the concepts which you are covering before oops, oops will be very, very easy. In order to understand oops, you should be having a proper knowledge about all the remaining concepts which we had up to covered. I mean, which we had covered up to now. Anyways, oops concepts, I'm going to start maybe after 15-20 days. After 15-20 days, I'm going to start oops. So please, every day, revise. And guys, by this time, you should be able to write a program by your own. Can you do that? Yes or no? Right. Not right now. Mitra, not right now. Wait. Not right now. That concept will come. Wait for it, please. Don't be in a haste, buddy. Wait. Completed? Right. Guys, please write these statements. Online students, some people are not writing. Some people are not writing. I want you to kindly please write them. Don't take screenshots. Read and write, guys. Please read and write. Don't blindly copy paste. Please read and write. Every point right now you're writing is an answer for a question, whether you are observing it or not. Every point is an answer for a question right now. So remember them. How many are writing? Please raise. Oh, everyone, please carry on. Carry on, carry on. Please carry on. So, guys, please listen to this. Actually, a lot of people will be getting this doubt. So, generally, in our classes, you will write multiple methods. You are going to write multiple methods, and you will be calling all those multiple methods from the main method. Why you are calling like that? Directly, you can write that logic inside the main method also. Main method is also a method, right? Main method is also a method. So if you are directly writing the logic inside the main method also, it will be getting executed. Yeah, I'm not saying no for that. Remember, main method is not a normal method. It is a static method. There is a huge difference between an instance method, that is a normal method, and a static method. And more importantly, main method is there to call other methods. If you are writing entire logic inside the main method, your program readability will be complicated. If you want to change anything also, it will be very, very hard. So it is always good programming practice to write the logic in methods, call the methods from the main method. Please try not to write entire logic inside the main method. Believe me, it will make a huge impact in your interviews also. Try to write your logic inside a method, call that method from the main method by creating an object. Please. 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. Be fast. Right. Now, guys, is it completed? Great. Please have this program also for me. Please. Please have this program also. Now, guys, this is for online students. This is for online students. Guys, online students, remember one point, like, see, some people are asking me questions which are up to now not yet covered. Okay, if you're asking me the questions which are not covered up to now, I'm sorry to say this, I'll not respond to them. Why? Because we will be covering them in our coming classes. We'll be covering them in our coming classes. You need to have some patience. Okay. Why? Because if I'm trying to answer those questions, others will be getting distracted. Others will be getting affected. And Dilip, I got your question, like whatever the doubts. Yes, I understand your question there. But the thing is, if I'm trying to keep this chart for everyone, then what happens, instead of advantage, drawbacks will be more. Whatever the concepts which you understand, that will be getting affected. And for example, just for example, I got this question from one of our students, that is, sir, what is may I know what is meant by serialization? I attended interview as Java fresher. So he's asking me a question like, what do you mean by serialization? That's a valid question, but that question we are going to cover whenever we are dealing with multi-threading. If you see that question, Dilip, I'm saying to this, if you see that question, you will be wondering like, what is the serialization? Up to now, we're not covered. Today's concept will be left behind. I hope you're understanding me. And Azharuddin, one more question. How to take value from a user? Again, see, we are going to discuss them. You need to wait, guys, online students. So again, I'm not going to repeat this. If a question, like for example, if you're asking a question which is related to the concept, or else which that question, I mean, if the question needs to be known by the students, literally I'll answer them right in the class. For example, one more question like, sir, if we write the logic in main method instead of writing in any user defined method, is there any difference? So that's which I explained it right now. Okay. See again, one more question. Shiva, sir, can I write main method strings like this? Shiva, I already said this. We are going to discuss about main method when tomorrow, one day. Can't you wait for just one day? See, guys, I'll not skip a question. You need to wait for it. And if your question is not related to the concept, please ask me by the end of the session, guys. Or else, you can meet me, like you can ask me your questions in Instagram also. Say your batch timing and ask me a question. Then I'll be able to understand whether that concept is covered in your batch or not. Method 1 completed. So remember this, guys. We can write statements after the return statement also, no problem. But the way how you are writing the code matters. Sir, you said after the return statement also we can write statements. So can I write any statements? No. There are some rules which you need to follow. For example, I gave you this control statement example. Sir, can I write two return statements simultaneously? For example, in method 1, system.out.println, or else take this int method 2. Okay. After return 99, can I write one more return 100? Come on. No, come on. I cannot write like that. Why? Because after executing this statement, immediately the compile will be coming back to the calling method. So in this particular situation, we cannot write two return statements. But in a method, we can write two return statements. That in control statements, I'll let you know. We can control the flow of executions. So slowly. Method 2 completed for everyone, I guess. Method 3. That is good. Please. First, continue the program. After that, again, I'll try to scroll it up. First, write the remaining lines of code. Guys, make sure you're writing these comments also, please. Completed? Completed? No. Please write. Please write. Please. One more time. Write it and code paper and show. Right. How many are writing? Please raise. How many are writing? Okay, carry on. So, guys, I have a small question for you right now. The question is, right now, if I point anyone and ask you, what is the new concepts which you had covered in yesterday? What did you learn yesterday? What did you learn from yesterday's session? If I point and ask you, think about that question. Can you answer it or not? If I point and ask you, did you learn today anything new concept? New point, something new, which you don't know up to yesterday. Think about those points for a minute, please. After attending yesterday's session, what you learned new about Java? By the end of our today's session, what did you know? What did you learn new concept about Java? Why? Because I promise you this, guys, every day you will learn a new concept, I said. So did you learn a new concept today? A new point today? Like, means before today's session, you don't know that point. Today, yes, we learned something new. Yesterday, we learned something new, like that. Please take a minute time and think. Don't refer. Don't refer. Please don't refer. Think. Without referring, think. Just close your books and think. Before coming to yesterday's class, and once the yesterday's session is completed, what are the new points which you have learned? New points. Something new about Java. Same. Yesterday and today. I'm asking new points. Take it seriously, please. Think about it. What are the new points which you learned in last 2 days? Yes, that is good. Then Raj, Shaikh, Shiva, Tarun, good. So, guys, please listen. Right now, what you are doing, that is revising. You are trying to think about the concepts, right? That's nothing but revising. That's exactly what I want you to do. Every day, please revise. Please revise. For example, today we discussed about returning a value from a method. We already know how to return a value from a method in our demo classes. Am I right or wrong? But today something new. I mean, what are those points? Okay, today, yes, we discussed that. We came to know that inside void methods also we can write a return statement. I mean, today we came to know that int and char both are compatible. Today we came to know that after return statement, if you're writing any statement, those will not be executed by the compiler. Those will be like a unreachable code. But it's not mandatory that return statement always should be the last statement. Basing on our code, return statement may not be the last statement, but it should be the last executable statement. So think like that. Think like that. And one more time, I am saying this, guys. Learn the concepts such that you should be able to explain those to others. If possible, try to explain those concepts to your friends who did not attend Java. It will not take much time, hardly 10-15 minutes. You will be having your friends, right? Boys, whenever you're going for a tea, you can try to explain them. Girls, whenever you're having for lunch in your hostel's lunch break or dinner time, just 10-15 minutes, try to explain. Whenever you are explaining, believe me when I'm saying this, it will increase your technical compatibility, like technical communication skills will be increased. Technical words. Starting, you will search for some words, but slowly, you will be able to communicate clearly with technical words. Believe me, that will be a huge help in your interview. You should not search for words. You know the concepts, but you will search for words. Okay. And tomorrow, we are going to discuss about main method. So yes, we already know that every Java program execution starts from main method, ends with main method, and only main method will be getting called without, getting executed even without calling. Am I right or wrong? Why main method will be getting executed even without calling? And what is that public, static, void, main, string, braces, args? Can I write braces? Before strings. Can I write braces after args? What is that entire concept? Tomorrow we are going to discuss. Believe me, guys, tomorrow's session will be an amazing session. I promise you that. All right. That's it, guys. That's it for today. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Just a second. Online students, I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. Online students, kindly please respond. Is that clear? Yeah, Mitra, of course. Not exactly like calling method, Mitra. No. It will not be going to the calling method. It will be coming out from the loop. Okay. Yes. So online students, one more time I am saying this. See, if you are asking a question which is related to the concept, I'm happy to answer them in the class only. Okay. But if your question is not related to the topic which is currently ongoing, or if you are going to cover that in our coming classes, I'll inform. Guys, we are going to cover that in our coming classes. Kindly please wait. Like that, I'll inform. Okay. And Dhanraj, you're asking this question. Sir, how can I get last 3 classes? I missed those class. Dhanraj, I already said this. Videos will not be available. You should not miss the classes. Only videos will be available only up to demo classes. It will not be available. No, you cannot. Go through the notes which is present in the Google Classroom. If you are having any doubts, feel free to contact me. You can ask me your doubt in my Instagram. Okay, Dhandas? All right. So, online students, I hope it's clear, guys, for everyone. All right, guys. See you guys